Next, we have regression part 2. Now of course there's basic regression like linear regression, quadratic regression, and exponential regression. However, one day I was doom scrolling through TikTok and I found out that there's a whole nother world and a whole nother side to regression. There's so much more that you can do with it. So here I'm gonna show you just that. First up, we can use regression to solve for unknowns. Here's the first practice problem in equivalent expressions. I'll go ahead and link the practice problems and the key in the description below. So here we have this very long equation, and they tell us the equation above is true for all x, where a and b are constants. What is the value of a times b? So normally, to solve this, I think you would have to do some foiling or some factoring. Honestly, I have no clue, because I just did it with regression instead. So all I did was take the equation exactly as they gave us, and then after every single x, I put a 1. Now when you put it in Desmos, you don't need to do anything special for it to become a small one. As long as you type a 1 after you type an x, it'll instantly become small. And then instead of an equal sign, I put a tilde. That's all you have to do. Put a 1 after every single x, and change the equal sign to a tilde. Here I am in Desmos, and let me go ahead and type in that equation. After every single x, you want to type a 1. And then instead of an equal sign, you want to type a tilde. Now the tilde is the squiggly line in the top left corner of your keyboard under the escape button, and all you have to do is hold down shift and click that key. Alright, so I went ahead and typed it in, and you'll notice that it gives you the values for a and b. However, this isn't done just yet, because right now we have the value of x set equal to 1. But the thing is, we can actually change the value of x. So all you have to do is type in x1 is equal to, and now you can change it to 2, and it would change the values of a and b. You could set it equal to 3, you could set it equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, so on and so forth. So now you might be thinking, okay, so what are we supposed to set x equal to then? Is it supposed to be 1? Is it supposed to be 100? Because as long as we keep adding numbers, then the values will keep changing. So instead of just typing one number for x, what we can do is actually set a list of numbers for x. So to type a list, you want to click on the square brackets. That's the key that's right next to P on your keyboard. This one right here. And now we can type in more than one number. All you have to do is separate it by a comma. Now it doesn't matter what number you put in, I'll just do in 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And you notice that once you get to a certain point, the values of a and b don't change no matter how many numbers you keep adding, and no matter what numbers you add. You could add in 100 trillion for all you want, and the values of a and b will still stay the same. So now we get that a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 6. So to solve our question, what's AB? We can just type that in, AB, and we get our answer will be 24. Now the thing is, when you're setting a list of values for x1, there is a trick to it. Here we have two constants in our equation. We have a and b. That means that when you're making a list for x1, you want at least two numbers. So you notice that if you put one number, then it changes. If you put two numbers, then it changes. But then after that, it will stop changing. Now if you don't really want to think about it, well, you could just put a whole bunch of numbers and then call it a day. Secondly, we can also use regression to solve systems of equations. Here's the first practice problem on systems of equations. I'll go ahead and link the practice problems and the key in the description as well. So here we have this system, and they ask us if xy satisfies the system of equations above, what is the value of y? Now the other way of doing this system in Desmos is just typing both of the equations in, and then wherever the two lines intersect would be your answer. However, you can also use regression by typing this in. 2 square brackets, a tilde, and then 2 more square brackets. The square brackets are the two keys that are right next to the P on your keyboard, and then the tilde is in the top left corner. So in the left set of square brackets, you want to type in everything on the left side of the equation, and then you just want to separate it with a comma, like this. Of course, since this is regression, you want to make sure to put a 1 after every single x and y, like this as well. And then in the right set of square brackets, you guessed it, you want to type in everything on the right side of the equation, separated by a comma, like this. And now you can just type this exactly as it is into Desmos. Here I am on Desmos, and let me go ahead and type that in. First up, you want to type in your 2 square brackets, a tilde, and then your 2 square brackets. In the left side of square brackets, everything on the left side of the equal sign. So, like that, and make sure to put a 1 after every single x and y. And then in the right side of square brackets, everything on the right side of the equation, like that. And then we get the values of x and y. X is equal to 5 and y is equal to 1.5. So in our question, they ask us for the value of y, and the value of y is 1.5. Alright, so those are the 2 new methods of which you can use regression to solve problems. Some final notes to remember: you should remember that in systems of equations, in your left side of square brackets, you want to put everything on the left side of the equal sign. And then in your right side of square brackets, you want to put everything in on the right side of the equal sign. Now the thing for all regression equations, whether you're doing linear, quadratic, exponential, or if you're trying to solve for unknowns or for systems, you always want to put a 1 after every single x and every single y, and instead of an equal sign, you want to put a tilde. And then if you're solving for unknowns in desmos, make sure to always set a list of values for x1. Now the number of values will depend on the number of constants you have, but other than that, it doesn't matter what numbers you put inside this list. Alright, that's gonna be it. Hopefully y'all are regression renegaders now. Get it? Like the renegade raider? Alright, anyways, good luck studying and I'll see you.